Okay guys, so in this video we are going to learn about regression using a calculator. And someone might ask, is this really necessary? Yeah, it's necessary when you finish solving with your with your manuals, or in using the formulas and all those stuffs, and then you need someone to confirm whether it is really correct or not, and that will be your calculator. Your calculator will be your some kind of a tutor to cross-check your answers for you. Then yeah, if this video is helpful to you, don't forget to subscribe. That will really help me a lot. So let's go to this question. And then if you check a recent research by Alabama Fire Services found that the extent of damage, check here, the extent of damage caused during fire outbreak depends on the distance between, and then we have something also here, depends on the distance between fire. So maybe you can pause the video and then read the whole question, and then you get it. So the whole idea is, you see, the question has given us the x and y. Okay, the question has given us the y and then our x already. Okay, but like, let's assume the question hasn't given us x and y. The second problem will be, how will you know the damage has to be x and then the distance has to be y? That is what we are here to, and then we'll go back to the calculator very soon, no matter. And then they said using a linear regression equation of the form, so we are to find the values of a and then b, and then we are going to interpret our results. Okay, so logically we are basically going to find this equation first, and then we'll go ahead to interpret the result. So when you check here, okay, this is the formula, and then y is the dependent variable, and then your x is the independent variable, and then your e becomes the errors. Okay, your e becomes the errors, and then your a become the variable intercept, like it's the a will become your intercept, and then the b will become your slope. So that's the expansion of the equation over there. And then let's come back to the question. Okay, so in order to use the calculator to solve, we'll jump straight up. But like, if you check the question, the extent of damage caused during fire outbreak depends on distance. So this damage is not isolated, something like that, but it depends on something. Okay, and what we said is our y is the dependent variable. Okay, our y is the dependent variable. So if damage depends on the on distance, that means our damage is the dependent variable, which is y. So that is what they did over here. Okay, and then our independent variable is the distance, because the distance is like a constant. Okay, the distance is like a constant, it doesn't change, but the damage rather is being affected by how long the distance is. So our damage becomes our dependent variable, because the damage that will be caused depends on the distance. So that's why our damage is y, and then the distance is x. So let's go to the calculator, and then this is 991. So this is 991. So this calculator is the 991es version. Okay, don't forget this es version. And then at the end session we'll do the one with the s version, as in like this x. Okay, like this calculator over here, that's the gx, as in the times version. And then I like the second calculator, this black one, because it has a lot of features compared to our old guy over here. So now let's input the question into the calculator, then we pick it from there. So in order for you to do that, so I'm restarting everything. So this is your home calculator, this is the home, and then you click on mode. Okay, you click on mode. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. Okay, so you click on mode. All right, so you click on mode, and then you choose number 3, which is statistics, which is stats. So if you check here, so number 3, stats, STAT. So on your calculator you are going to press 3, and then over here you are going to choose number 2. I might not be able to explain why you need to choose number 2, but when you check the equation over here, we have a plus bx plus the error, but we don't have any error yet. Okay, but like the equation is a plus bx. When you check number 2, it's also having a plus bx. Okay, and then we did a video on the first one also, which maybe later we'll link it in the description for you to check. So we're going to choose number 2. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. So a plus bx, that is number 2. So we're going to choose number 2, and then there we go. So don't forget your y has to be at the exact place. That's why I spent a lot of time trying to tell you the one which is supposed to be dependent and then the one which is supposed to be independent. So our x is the independent, okay, independent variable. As we said, x is the independent variable, y is the dependent. So when you come to the calculator as well, it has to apply the same way. Your x has to be at the x column, otherwise I don't know what will happen. Maybe you might get the answer wrong. So let's stick to this. So we are going to input the figure. So we are starting with the x. Okay, so this is the x column, this is the s column. All right, so let's get started. So the first one is for 20. I'll input like 3 of them, and then I'll pause the video and then fix the rest. So you enter the number, okay, then you press equal to. After every number that you enter, you need to press equal to. So the second one is for 15. So 15 equal to 12 equal to. So I'm gonna pause the video and then I'll input everything, and I'll be back very soon. Okay, so we are done with the first, and then the number of places, like as in this 1 2 3 over here, is just numbering, like some kind of number. So it ends on 10 when you count the number of the numbers over there, that 10. Okay, so I'm done with that one, and then we need to move to the y column. So I use these shortcuts. You need to press your arrow key. This is what I call the arrow keys. I call these circle stuff arrow keys. Okay, so maybe I don't know how you will call it, but you can either scroll up, and then I don't prefer that one, but anyhow that you want. Okay, so I normally go right, and then I come down 1, and then another 1, then it brings me to the 1 column. Otherwise, if you are at the down, you can just, as usual as well, use your top arrow key. Okay, this is the arrow key, so use the top arrow key, and that will take you to the number 1, and then you go right, and then there we go. So we need to enter the y values, and then as we said, every number you press, you need to press equal to at all times. So 80 equal to 60 equal to. Okay, so I just pause the video and then fixing those values, and here we go. So from this section, you are going to click on AC, as in AC, this guy, this red button over there, AC, or you click on any of them. Your data will not be deleted unless the calculator goes off before your data will be deleted. So we are going to press AC or on. Anyone works same, so I'm gonna press on. Then if you check here, we have stats. You can also press AC, any of them will work. Okay, so if you check here also, check the, do I have to call it superscript? Check on top of the number 1. You see that we have stat, STAT over there on top of number 1, and then the color is what, some kind of goldish and stuff, and then shift is also having that goldish color. Check very well. 1 is having that goldish color, and shift is also having that goldish color. So the two will correlate, the two match. So you press shift and then you press 1. I'm doing this so that in case you forget, you can still remember that 1 has the stats. Okay, so we are going to statistics mode. That's what we are currently coming to do. So shift and then 1, and then over here you are going to click on number 5. See that number 5, which is regression, and we have A, B, and then regression itself, and then we have X main, and then Y main. Okay, so let's check for the A variable, and then you are going to, oh sorry, let me start over. So shift 1, and then you're gonna click 5. Okay, and then you are gonna choose 1, then press equal to. See that? So our A variable is 2.945. okay, 2.945. Okay guys, I'm really sorry for the error. We made a mistake in the data entry. If you check here, we have 2. Okay, we have 2, and I entered 20. So that will also be a plus. Should in case you've entered a wrong value and then you figure out later, you can do this to really cross edit your data. You go to shift. So I made a data entry error, and then that has opened a chance for us to correct it. So you press shift, and then you press 1, and then you press 2, data 2. So if you come here, you scroll down, and then you see we have 20, 15, 12, 8, 16, 6, 30, and then you see I wrote 20, meanwhile over here it's 2. Alright, so if you're inputting the data, you need to be super careful. It's very important. Okay, so I think that's the only error I did, and then you, after correcting it, you need to press equal to. So after changing the 20 to 2, I press my 2 equal to. That's effective. So I press my AC or I press on. Any of them works. So let's go back to the regression stuff, and then we'll come back. So press shift and then 1, and then you go to number 3. Sorry, shift 1, and then you go to regression, which is number 5. And then mind you, these 4 and 5, they are not main. I don't know what they are at the moment, so we are going to skip those ones for now, and we are going to solve for the A, which is the one over here. So you're gonna press 1, then press equal to, and that is the answer, 0.3439. okay, so that is our answer. Let us write it down. 0. Let's clean the board. Okay, so let's solve for the beta. Sorry, to if you run into for decimal place, that's what I've written on the board. Then let's go to solve the B. So you press your AC again, and then you go to shift 1, and then you are going to come to number 5, which is regression again, and then now you are choosing the number 2. Okay, and which is B. Press equal to, and that one is 3.6567. so 3.6567. okay, so there we go. Okay, so fixing our values for A and B inside this equation, this is what we are going to get. So y will be equal to, I've made it 2 decimal places. Okay, so y equals let me zoom in. That's too much. So y equals 0.34 plus 3.66 x. So that will be our I think, let's say, find the values for. Okay, so we are able to solve for the values of A and B. So now the second part is we should interpret our results. Okay, so we are to interpret the result. So if you come here, what does it tell you? That's what it means. So what does this equation tell you? So what it tells us is, when you check here, okay, and then our equation, so it tells us that, okay, y is damage, okay, and then x is what? Distance. So for every increase in, as in for every 1 kilometer increase in the distance, which is x, okay, for every 1 kilometer increase in distance, the damage will also increase by this figure. See that? 3.66, and then over here it's what? Million. It's million. So for every increase in the kilometer, from every 1 kilometer increase, our damage cost will also increase by 3.66. I hope that is clear. If you have any question, you can drop it in the description, and then we'll try to answer them for you. And then let's go to the main thing of today, which is how to solve for the regression itself. Normally we call it coefficient of determination, and then we have it as already the formula and then we'll use the calculator to solve it, and then we'll find out. So that is a regression or coefficient of determination, and my determination couldn't go there, so I apologize for that. And then we normally write it as like that's how it used to be, like that's how it is, r square, before maybe the formula comes. Okay, and then mind you, that is the like this r square. All right, that's the coefficient of determination. And then in order for us to, you see, the calculator is going to find regression. Okay, and then we know that regression, wait a minute, we know that regression, okay, let's say this is out, regression and coefficient of determination, they are two different things. They are two different things. So our regression, which is r, is equal to our root of our determinant of coefficient of determination square. And then this is regression. Okay, this is regression. And then regression, coefficient of determination, it's written in the form r square. So what it means is that if you find r, okay, if you find r regression and then you square it, you are going to get, so it's the same as your regression, okay, square. So if you find checking this one, trying to explain this one, if you find this, if you find regression, and then no, if you have your coefficient, of determination, and then you want to find regression, you just take the square root of it, and that will give you your regression. Or if you have regression and then you want to find for coefficient of determination, you are going to square your regression in order to get your coefficient of determination. So let's work what the calculator has for us over here. The calculator solves for, sorry, not this calculator. The calculator solves for regression, and then we are going to apply these things to solve for coefficient of determination. So let's go there and you have a look. So you are going to come shift start, which is shift 1, and then go to your regression, and then now you click on number 3, which is regression itself. So if you press equal to, okay, so after pressing the equal to, we had our regression to be, let's clean the whole board. We have our regression to be, okay, check very well, not this, 0.96555. So 0.96555, right? No, that's, so that's for regression. And then let's say we want to, assuming we want to solve for coefficient of determination, okay, we are just going to square that answer. So it's going to be our coefficient of determination is going to be our regression, which is this 9, 6, and then we find the answer. So let me use the other calculator to do that. These calculators, I'll leave the description. If you want the PC version like I have, you can check the description. I'll leave the download links over there so that you download them. It's only for PC version, not for smartphones. Okay, so our coefficient of determination is 0.9322. So 0.9322. So basically this is what we want to teach you for today, and then our next video we are going to, like, we've made it a little bit of a skeleton. So our next video we are going to get a real example and then solve for all. Otherwise the video is going to be so long in this particular one. So those who are using this type of calculator, the method is also the same, and then you go to menu or setup, okay, So we have the question here. Let's just speed up over there. And then you go to menu, and then you are going to number 6, which is statistics. So you come down statistics, and then choose number 6, and then you choose number 2, which is the same thing. And you input your variables. So I'll input the variables and then come back. Okay, so every variable that you enter, you need to press equal to. That's one thing that you need to know. Press equal to after every variable. So you're gonna press your 20, you press equal to, and you do that. So I'll play the video when I'm done with the entries. Okay, so we're done with the first entries, and then we'll go to the next line, which is the y column. So I always go right, and then I come down 1, it brings me back to normal. So this is 80, 60. Okay, so we are done with the entries, and then over here, if you are done, always press your equal to. Okay, and then any space that you don't need, make sure there is no figure entered. Even 0 shouldn't be entered in any of those spaces you don't need, otherwise it will affect your answer. So over here you press AC, or you press on, any of them works, and then you are going to press option. Okay, so option, and then you're going to get click on regression calculation, and then that is like this calculator will just put everything in 1 second, like one blink of an eye. And then if you check here, this is our regression 0.9654 0.9654870, blah, blah. So if you check, then you press shift 1, and then if I go to my A, like solving for A, check here, this is the same answer as that. Let me zoom in so you see. Look at this answer. See, it's basically the same as like they all give the same answer. Like this one will just pack everything in one for you, and then that is like this is regression. Okay, this is regression, and if you are to find for coefficient of determination, you need to square your regression. Okay, so and then if you are using this calculator also, and then you want to solve for like in case you are doing the manual solving and you want to speed up your process, you can go to shift 1, and then you go to sum. Okay, sum, which is number 3. So if maybe you want sigma x square, you want sigma x, you want sigma y, or sigma y square, those things they are over there. Okay, so let's say I want sigma x square, sigma x, so which is all the x column, I want total of it. So I'm gonna go to number 2, sigma x, and then equal to, that will give me 114. And then if you come to this calculator also, you're gonna press this, and then you come to where is the summation 1. Let me start over. You press option, then you come down 1 arrow drop, then you come to summation, which is number 1, and then you have sigma x as we did over here. You press 1, and then equal to, that will give you the sigma x, as in like if you add everything over here, 20 plus 15 and stuff, that's what you're gonna get. And then if you are to solve for sigma y and those stuff, you're gonna get to same place. If maybe you're done with your sigma x square, then you need the total of sigma x square, you're gonna press on your 2, that will give you, on this calculator it's number 2, that will give you sigma x square. And then this calculator also will have to shift 1, and then you come to number 3, which is sum, and then sigma x square is on the number 1 on this calculator. On the left calculator, sigma x square is number 1. Press equal to, that will give you the x square of your calculation. And let's see, this also is very important, shift mode 1. If you come to number 4, okay, check this, shift 1, and then you come to 4. It's a variable, I don't know, I think variable. And then if you want your main, okay, your x main, this is your y main, they are also there for you. So number 2 will give you your x main, you press equal to, so that is 14.4, that's the x main. Okay, x main, and you come to shift mode, and then you come to number 4, and then if you want your y main, which is number 5, click equal to, that'll give 53, that's your y main. So I you know how to add all of these divided by the number is 10, so that's the long pro. And then if you come on this right calculator, you press option, and then you come to number 2, and then this calculator will just put everything together for you. So the first one, let me see if I can zoom in. So the first one is for 14.4, which is x, x min, x bar, x min, and then we have sigma x and those stuff. And then if you are down, you click on the down arrow key, okay, down arrow key, and that will, so our y min, okay, is 53 as the other one has said, and then this is the n as a number of entries that we have. And those things, everything is packed in this calculator a little quick. We have the minimum and maximum value over here. And then that's it for today's tutorial. I hope it helps you, and then I hope it's able to solve for some of your problems. So that's the same thing. So and then you come to variable, let's say. Okay, so that's basically how to use your calculator. And if you have any question, leave it in the description below, or you may contact me personally. I'll respond. Thank you for watching.